What do I say?
Hi guys, welcome to my channel. This is Megan.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. What an introduction. Today that I was going to do my first vlog, but I didn't get around to doing that. My boyfriend's sitting over there. So today I was going to do a what's in my vanity tour, but that video would be entirely too long, and I just don't have the patience to do all that. So I'm going to do a eyeshadow collection and kind of like what's my favorites and kind of just chit chat because my last video, yeah, it's kind of ratchet. So let's jump right in. So my first stop laughing at me over there. He's like just staring at me. Okay, so my first favorite is, I got it for my birthday, and it's the Jaclyn, my phone's not. It's the Jaclyn Hill palette, and I got it the day that Ulta released it on their website. So mine didn't have the little card. Mine has it on the back, which is kind of nice. But if I could rearrange the packaging, I would have put them right here so you can kind of see what you're dipping into. But this is definitely my favorite palette. I definitely reach for it almost every day. I'm actually wearing this maroon color right now. I'm terrible with the names of them. I think it's called Jax, but I could be wrong. I'm actually wearing that right now with my Winky Lux palette that I got in my BoxyCharm. So this is definitely my first favorite eyeshadow palette. The second eyeshadow palette that I'm going to talk about is the Modern Renaissance palette, and it is my favorite palette. I've actually hit pan on 3 colors, and I have backed off of using it as much because I'm like savoring the colors. This is my favorite palette. If you don't own this palette, which most of you do because YouTube definitely made me buy this palette, you should definitely go purchase it. I think it's like $42 at Ulta and Sephora. The next palette that I have in my collection is the Naked 3 palette, and I don't really ever use this palette, gonna be honest. The colors are really nice and they blend nice, and I really like Urban Decay's formula, but I just never use them myself because I don't even know why I bought like a pinky color palette. It was just kind of like an impulse buy that I just wanted something right then and right there, and everybody had a Naked palette, so I had to get the Naked 3. And it's nice because the packaging is really hard and you can just throw it in a bag and go. But I don't really use it all that much. Maybe during the summer I will, but since it's fall, I'm using a lot more maroonish colors. The next palette in my collection is a W7 in the Night palette. And I actually got this at like Burlington, I think. And it's got a bunch of like blacker colors. And I actually got this palette forever ago because I used to only wear 2 colors. I used to only wear white in my inner crease and grayish black on my outer crease. So I definitely used this palette a lot back then, definitely before I got into makeup a little more hardcore, and it's not closing. That was loud. So that's definitely a cool palette. Like if you're starting out makeup, you can definitely try them because they're not as pigmented. So it's a lot easier to start out with doing makeup. I don't know why my face just went so bright. There we go. The next palette I talked about in my previous BoxyCharm unboxing video, and it is the Winky Lux Kitten palette. And it's got some pretty great colors in it. I wear this color, I'm wearing it right now, underneath the Jax color. I use it to kind of as like my transition color. I use it to like blend, and then I go in with Jax because Jax is a little bit darker. I have been using that quite a lot lately. So there's that palette, and this is definitely a cute little palette, and like I said in my previous video, you can just throw it in your bag and go. With me, just wearing the Winky Lux palette, just wearing it without like Jax on it, it creases really bad for me, and I have been using this, the Tarte Shape Tape, as a concealer on my eyes, and then I set it with just a regular old cream color, and it creased terrible on me. So I have been putting Jax over it, and I have had no crease. So I have to blend it with something else. But if you don't have to, that's cool. Leave a comment on how you wear your Winky Lux palette, and leave a comment down below if you think I should do a whole what's in my vanity as a whole, video. I have no idea what I'm saying. The next palette in my collection, I got my very first BoxyCharm, and it is the Per Soiree Diaries. And this palette was amazing. Like, those colors that are in there are definitely perfect for fall. You can see my setup a little bit. And I use this palette, I still use this palette, but here lately I've been wearing a lot of red on my eyes. I don't know why. I guess it's like, because it's so close to Christmas, I'm like really into like red. The next palette in my collection is this Shaharian, I can never say that word, by Juvia's. And you can get this at juviasplace.com. And I think it's on sale right now for $19, but don't hold me to it. These are mega pigmented eyeshadows. Like, I love this palette. But like I said, here lately, I've been into reds, so I will probably be using this palette a lot more. If you want me to make a tutorial on how to do my eyeshadow and how I blend my eyeshadow and how I do my stuff, just comment down below. Definitely check out Juvia's Place because these eyeshadows are super cheap for as big as the pods are and as much as you get. And I think I got this palette like 7 months ago, I think, 7 or 8, something like that. And I paid $25 for it. So they're super affordable and they're really great pigmented eyeshadows. The next palette in my collection is going to be the Tarteist Pro. And a bunch of people have like the Tarteist Pro Glow palette. And so when I say I have this, they get confused with the Glow palette, which I don't have. I just have this. And the mirror on this thing is amazing. Like, I use this mirror to get ready sometimes. I'm going to use this palette to cover the mirror because it's like super reflective. It's got some pretty great colors on it. And I should definitely pull this out more. It's literally been at the bottom of my drawer for like a month. So I should definitely pull this out more. And if you want to see a tutorial with this palette, just let me know down below. These are amazing colors and they're super pigmented. I really like Tarte's formula, but this is actually the only Tarte palette I think that I have. But I definitely like this palette. And the mirror on this thing is amazing. So if you haven't tried Tarte, you should definitely try this palette because it definitely has like all the colors that you could need in this palette. And I think this is like $52 at Ulta. And it's definitely one of my favorites. I haven't used it in like a month, like I said. It's been at the bottom of my drawer. But the next thing, I got this the same time that I got the other palette. Go to juviasplace.com. This is the Masquerade Mini. And it comes with all of those colors. And I think I paid like $30 for this palette. And it comes with some fun colors. I never really dip into the fun colors because I got this palette right when I was starting out with makeup. And I was really scared to try out the blue colors, but I use these quite often. This is definitely a great palette to have. You should definitely go check out Juvia's Place if you haven't. And then in the back of my drawer, I have these little hard candies. I used to have the whole set, but I gave one to my sister and I gave one to my aunt. One of these palettes, and these are the hard candy. I don't even think they come in this packaging anymore. I've literally had them forever. I don't even think that they have been opened. They might have been, but they're just the bluish colors and purples. And like I said, I think I had a nude one and a pink one as well, but I gave them to my sister and my aunt. The next thing that's in here is the L'Oreal Nude Palettes 1 and 2. You can still buy these at Ulta. My old neighbor bought this one for herself, the first one, and didn't like it. And I had the second one. So she gave me the first one, and it's never been used because I've never used it. But she gave it to me, and I went, and I had already had the second one. And I used it quite a bit. And I think this is the new one that I bought like right before I moved. But before I got into makeup, this is definitely what I used, and they're pretty great palettes. They're easy to blend. If you're just starting out with makeup, I would definitely recommend starting with something like so you can learn to blend instead of just going right in for the higher end, more pigmented makeup because it's really hard to blend. Like learning to blend eyeshadow is definitely like one of the hardest things that I've ever had to do. The next palette in here is by e.l.f. and I used this a lot in high school. I literally still have it. Like I said, I used white and gray, and I used a lot of that sparkly color. e.l.f. doesn't really give names for their eyeshadow, but I used this quite a lot when I was like learning to blend and like learning makeup. I use this, and I also have this palette as well. It's the same little e.l.f. palette. And I think this is before e.l.f. became like e.l.f. I think they literally went by strictly eyes, lips, and face. And this one has a lot of the crazier colors in it because I wanted to try to get out of my comfort zone, but obviously I never did. But they were fun to use when I was like trying to do something different or trying to blend my face differently. The last eyeshadow palette that I do have is this, and it's the exact same thing. I got it the same time that I got those, and this is the eyes, lips, and face. Huge palette with like literally every color you could ask for in it. You can literally practice so much on blending with these, and that's what I did with this palette is I learned to blend my eyeshadow. And I'm still not a pro at blending my eyeshadow, but I can do it to the way that I like it. And that is all of my eyeshadow palettes. If you are wanting a video of like my whole vanity, just comment down below. I hope that you like this video. I am starting to try to get into my videos more, but it's a little difficult. Like I feel like I'm learning and I'm trying to figure out YouTube and like figure out my brand and figure out what I want to do on my channel as a whole. So if you could give me any comments down below and let me know what you guys want to see from me, just let me know. Also, any makeup tips, any tips in life general, just leave them down below and I will greatly appreciate them. So yeah, that is my makeup collection, and stay tuned. My BoxyCharm should be here on the 14th. I know last month it came in a little late, so I did my video like really late. But just stay tuned, thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned for my BoxyCharm. Thanks, guys.